Hello everybody, this is Daily and Fifi, and we are taking a look at another little indie game that is very, very cool. This game is called Spiritfall, as you probably know by the title, and it is possibly one of my favorite roguelikes I've ever played. It's pretty incredible, from art style to combat to just how interesting it is, really. And I will show you sort of my unfiltered take on it. This is my second time playing it. This is the second demo of the game, and I really think this game needs more attention. Not that my audience is that wide-reaching, but I suppose any little bit helps. We get a little bit of story here, which will probably be more important once the full game is out. But all you really need to know is you're a cool guy with a flaming head who can't seem to stay dead. It has very crisp movement. Press A to jump. We got your double jumps. Ooh. This is actually a new little tutorial. Ooh. So you can dash and jump and dash and jump. It's actually got very similar movement controls to, say, something like Smash. So you've got like your up X, down smash, side attack, neutral attack. And then sort of similar vein to like Hades, each weapon has its own attack set, but it's all the same combos basically. And the whole game is based generally around smashing through said combos and just absolutely crumbling your way through the game as fast as you can. It does have a pretty fucking solid soundtrack as well. I just gotta get a little bit of the rust off. I am currently playing with a Xbox Elite controller. So, the major component of this game is these boons. This is sort of where the kind of Hades influence comes in, where you are able to basically pick a deity or a one of these sort of higher beings, whatever you'd like to call them, and you can more or less sort of try to follow their string of abilities as much as you can, or you can diversify and pick a ability from each of them and then get subsequent upgrades from each of them. So some basic ones like your launching attack, which is your Y, or your up, or your triangle if you're on PlayStation. So this will make it do burning damage and deals extra damage, or just your basic attack doing fire damage, or turn your bolt into a flamethrower, which I think I will do, just because it's a little flashier. And the art style is so nice. This reminds me a ton of Slay the Spire, where you can kind of see the rooms ahead of you and sort of plan your course. Each stage you go to, there will be more and more little enemies growing in challenge as you go further and further into the game, as usual with a roguelike. Now I say it's a roguelite where you don't keep necessarily things from between runs, but you do keep the resources. So you don't lose everything like a true roguelike, I suppose. It's a roguelite. But you get to collect these upgrade materials. Dormant Embers allow you to unlock certain things. The Rune Tablets also allow you to unlock other things. And Luminous Gems allow you to unlock minor upgrades for your individual boons. And you gotta clear all the enemies to exit a room. So I already have a fire boon from Celeste, so I think I will continue down this path. Aha! We've got one of the new enemies with this little demo that's out. And I apologize if I get hit by them a bunch, because I have not fought them yet. There's a big old grasshopper to add some more enemy variety. Because that was a major complaint early on, was in the early stages there's not enough enemy variety. Ooh, and we've already got some new abilities. After you air jump, gain increased cooldown speed until you land or touch a wall. So this one is based around flying, like aerial attacks, and fire damage, from what I can tell. And I believe there are 5 or 6 different types of boons you can get. And enemies have nice, like, very clear indicators that they're going to attack over their heads. And you can stun them out of these attacks with your launcher, or your basic attack if you're hitting them quick enough, depending on the size of the enemy. I'm not using my dash nearly enough. Yeah, I am definitely a little rusty at this game, but you can pull off some insane little combos depending on your versatility and how familiar you are with these sorts of directional fighting games. It definitely feels like they've lowered or increased the cooldown on your dash, because before, in the previous demo, you were able to dash around quite a lot. I do think it makes it feel like a little more grounded. So before it was definitely a little floaty. And if you're wondering, the hits feel really meaty and solid. Enemies don't feel like they're absolutely made out of paper, even if you can knock them all around. And if you go over here, we've actually got some environmental features, which is very cool. Hopefully I can make it decently far in this run so I can show you a variety of the environments. At least get to the first boss. So this is another one of our essentially gods that we can pick from. And this one gives us critical hits, wounding enemies, which basically makes them receive more critical chance on them. So I'm going to go with rending attack. Basically, it's just giving you a stacking critical hit bonus. And just for a little bit of respite, we can hang out with our cool little floating friend who speaks in... I think those are wingdings. But I may not understand them, but I love them either way. And we'll grab some health at the shop, because I am kind of getting my ass kicked. Like I said, it is a little bit late, and I am a little bit rusty at this. I haven't played for about 2 months, so yeah, this game is currently being sort of promoted through Steam Next Fest and the various demos, and wow, those guys actually just wombo comboed me. Oh wow, I might die here. Yeah, you definitely gotta be careful in the early game, because you will get messed up. Oh yeah. But this is where a new thing opens up. We have a new little friend. His name is Tip. Pleasure to meet you. The flame died. Kept this place safe. So these are tenders of the sacred flame over here. And all the animation, you can tell, is like super lovingly done. It almost looks like completely hand-drawn. There we go. Omen Forged. He wants us to destroy these blight thorns, which we are able to. So you bring this guy different scrolls, and he gives you different unlocks, which is really nice. So he unlocks more sort of options for you out in the world. So like Hallowed Ground, which is a room that gives you health, and then this one that gives you dust, which is the currency for buying new upgrades for your weapons and everything. And if we go down here, I believe there's the blacksmith. Ah, yeah, for combat runes and everything, you can unlock new weapons as well. And there are currently only 3, but I'm not sure if they will be adding any more. The 3 that they have is a good variety, though. And interestingly enough, the last demo, we were able to use that bow, but in this one, we were not able to. And the bow is my favorite weapon, so I hope they're hopefully probably making it even a little bit better. Because people were saying it could be weak, but I think it was one of the stronger weapons of the 3. Yeah, as you can see here, you can get some pretty decent combos. And genuinely, like, everything feels so nice to play. You can charge up your attack and choose your direction. Neutral, neutral, down, up. Then you can do mid-air attacks and spinning attacks and mid-air neutrals, mid-air downs, all that fun stuff. Let's see if we can get a little bit further in our second run. Now that we've met some friends. I do need to remember I have that shot that I'm able to use. Ah, we're starting out with an Ice Blessing. Ooh. So Freezing Dash inflicts frost on enemies when you dash. Gain more essence, which is basically your sort of like your style meter. The more essence you have, the more rewards you gain. And you extract essence and everything from getting into combat and moving fast. That's why I was saying you need to kind of move and get kills very quickly, which is really nice. I'm gonna go with Freezing Dash. As you can see, we've got a little bit of ice that puffs out whenever we dash around. Let's see. We'll go for Luminous Gem. You can just completely combo enemies into walls, into each other. And basically, if you are good enough in these early stages, which I am not good enough yet, you should definitely be able to just have enemies completely stun locked. Ooh, we get a little choice. Let's see. We'll go with the scroll. We get our upgrade. Upgrade our Freezing Dash, because that's all we have. We'll move right along. See if we can get a green boon as well. And you can kind of anticipate enemies, because they will do their best to sort of pathfind to you. Surprisingly, the AI is really confident, honestly. And here's another enemy that I really love. I feel so bad fighting him. He's just a big roly boy. And once you break his guard, you can kind of just bounce him all around. We jump down here and smash him. And enemies sort of all exist on the same plane, if that makes sense. So, like, even if an enemy is sort of in a wall or, like, above you, you can swing up to hit them through this. Deal more damage to enemies further away. When you open a relic chest, restore some health. That could be really useful. So hopefully that will give me a little bit more sustainability as we move on. And you can get all kinds of upgrades. There are upgrades that give you shielding whenever you dash. There are upgrades when you hit an enemy, they explode. All kinds of things. It's very, very neat. There isn't a real, like, relic system, like, say a game like Slay the Spire, where you get upgrades as well on your cards as well as relics. But I do think the boons make up for it, because there are some very interesting boons. There are even, like, legendary boons and special abilities. See, this is one of my favorite ones. This one modifies your bolt into this spinning disc that just shreds right through enemies. Oh, here's a big boy with a bunch of armor. You just gotta be careful, because they will televise their attacks, but that does not mean they're gonna wait for you to move on out of the way. I will say, these grasshoppers, these new ones they added, are very strong. And frost definitely helps. It slows the enemies down attacking, makes them a little bit easier to get around. There we go. Having a little difficulty. I'm also not used to the hammer. I was definitely main of the other two weapons whenever I was playing previously. But we can also just chalk it up to, you know, content creator being terrible at the game. as usual. Ooh, we've got a special variant of the big grasshopper, who I'm choosing to not let get anywhere near me. Ooh, and you can dash, like, diagonally, which is super nice to avoid attacks. Yeah, once you get into the groove of it, you will definitely notice that you are able to just completely ruin these poor little animals' days by smashing the crap out of them. Oh, to be fair, they get some equally strong smashes on you, too. Ooh, boy. Took a whole bunch of damage there. They definitely have amped these early game enemies' health up, or damage up a little bit, it feels like. Ah, here are the sort of relics that you can get. So, Celestial Exchange items cost 20% less, which is actually a pretty solid upgrade. Oh boy. I'm very low on health, so I should go into this hidden rift just to show what happens. So for those of you who are familiar with Smash, this should look pretty familiar to you. This is a AI-driven mini-boss that is very fun to fight. A little strong, though, depending on how new you are to the game. And these enemies can pop up just about anywhere as well. And she got me. I knew it was a bad idea going in there. But yeah, that has just been sort of a very quick look at this game. There is much more to it, and if you would like to see more of it, I can definitely make a couple more videos on it. I'm still very new to this video creation sort of thing, but if you have liked what you've seen and would like to see more, please drop a comment, drop a follow, drop a like if you'd like, or don't. That's up to you. Anyway, I've been Daily and Fifi, and this has been Spiritfall. Please go wishlist this game. It is super cute, and I love it a ton. And look, you can hang out with Tip. You can talk to Tip, and he'll talk about how you died. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a great one, everyone. You're all beautiful, amazing people. Be kind, be happy, and spread love.